So we'll see how this goes. They're off. Got a little bit of bumping. Everyone taking it nice and steady through the first couple of corners. No big crashes yet. 1, 2, 3 are all on their own. And we're with the leader, that is Stu Wood. Taking it out there. Second place, Dave Parrish. He's by himself at the moment. Third place, Bicycles. He's got a battle on his hands now. It's at car 6 of Dave Ashton, I believe, is all over the third place car. So Stu coming around that danger corner through the tight infield. Couple of very tight left-hand corners, and he's down the pit straight through the sweeper, around the hairpin. As you can tell by the noise, he's got a good lead already. He's not taking it easy at all. He's heading off into the sunset, trying to say, see you later, guys. I'm going to take this win. Maximum points. Well, we'll see. There's still 20-something minutes to go, almost 30 minutes. They're only on the second lap. Stu's got a massive lead now, an entire straight. These guys are quick, and they're not making any mistakes at all. It looks like Stu's shaved front tires really doing the trick here. Is that what set him apart? Who knows? Didn't have a good look at his car when we first got here for the qualifiers. Quite a unique body shell shape too. He's got a top scoop on that thing. Let's drop back one car to second position, the bright green car with the yellow front wheels. He's all on his own at the moment as well. That's car 2 of Dave Parrish. He's got plenty of time behind him as well. Cars 4 and 3 of Guy Page and Tommy Chung battling together, holding each other up, letting Dave get away. Dave coming around that danger tire through the twisty infield. Tight left-hand 90-degree corner, down the main straight, and through the sweeper once again. Stu is setting an absolutely blistering pace, but I think it appears that he's happy with the gap that he's got because it doesn't seem to have grown. Dave holding a strong second position. Tommy Chung in that car 3, holding third. He was able to fight off a couple other cars for his position. All the top racers in this race running under the national system, so they're battling for points at the end of the day. So even finishing second or third or fourth here is going to be fine. It's still good, strong points compared to everybody else who only finished in the B final. So running position after 5 minutes, Stu Wood, Dave Parrish, Tommy Chung, Dave Ashton, Craig Orman, Guy Page, Rick Ashman, Leon Satchel, Andy Knight, and Guy Hayward, who wasn't able to actually start. I'm feeling a bit of a chill wind here, so possibly we might be getting a bit more spritzes of rain. Hopefully not. But if we do, that'll completely change the traction situation. So we've got Tommy Chung. Tommy Chung very quickly closing down Dave here. We got them both in action through the S's, down the main straight, the main straight, through that tire chicane. Through the infield. Let's see who keeps her cool. Around the hairpin. Oh, Dave throws it away. Hits that big yellow tire. It's like a target. So now we're with Dave trying to see what he can do. If he can catch back up to Tommy. Tommy goes off track a little bit. Only loses a little bit of time. Dave looks like he's got a little too much traction though. Let's move up to Tommy coming down the steps and going through the S's now, because we haven't seen him on screen very much. See what his driving is like. He doesn't seem to have too much traction anywhere. If he can keep things under control, he might even be able to catch up to Stu in first. But it's a bit doubtful. Stu's got still about a 20-second lead. Tommy had to do a lot of battling in the early part of this race to keep his third position and move into second. So we're with Tommy Chung. Tommy Chung presently running in second. He's got 12 laps down, just on the same lap as Stu, but many seconds behind. So let's see here. Let's go back to the danger tire just at the start of the infield and catch back up with Dave Parrish, because he's got two cars bearing down on him very, very rapidly. It's Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton, and Craig Orman. So we got Dave, and Craig. Dave in the blue car has got a green car of Craig all over him. Looks like they've separated a bit now. So we've got two Daves, Dave Parrish and Dave Ashton. This is the battle for third. This is the battle for third. The leader at the moment, Stu Wood, miles ahead, almost a full lap. So in a few minutes, Stu Wood's going to be catching these guys to lap them. So that'll be interesting. Could easily change the running order. But meanwhile, this is the battle for third between Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton, and Craig Orman. It's cars 2, 5, and 6. So already that's 10 minutes down. There's 20 minutes left in this race. All kinds of things can happen. Let's drop back to the battle for fourth because these guys don't seem to be able to get away from each other. It's Dave Ashton and Craig Orman in that order. Car 6, car 5. Dave in the blue car will be able to get a bit of space from Craig in the car just behind. And then just run a little wide, just like that. And all of a sudden, Craig's all over his back wheels. Whoa, a little bicycle action. But Dave seems to have good acceleration on that back straight. And then just makes a little bobbler or two here or there. Oh, and that lets a little crash. Let's catch up with this battle back here now. Moving forward one position. And now we've got the two Daves on each other. This is Dave Parrish and Dave Ashton. Little two-wheel action there from Dave Parrish. Started in the 2 spot. Dropped back a few positions. Or, well, one position actually. Car 7 of Paul Land, unfortunately. No, sorry. Car 7 of Leon Satchel. He's been in the pits for a while. He's had a couple of tire changes. Mechanics working feverishly on that car. See if they can get him back in. Got loads of action here, though. Got a lap car. Who's that? That is a familiar vehicle. I can't remember the name of the driver. I believe that is Guy. Is that Guy Haywood? It's not Guy Haywood, is it? It's Andy Knight being lapped by these guys. Battle for third, fourth, and fifth. They just can't seem to get away from each other. They're all driving with about the same amount of skill and grip and speed. One will pull away and fall into the grips of the other, and then they'll make a mistake, and the gap will open up once again. The leader is the next car behind them, so the next car in white that you will see with an orange wheel, orange wing and white wheels, that's our leader, Stu Wood. We haven't paid too much attention to him except for the opening laps of the race. That's because he's so far ahead, he's actually about to lap these guys. So we've got Dave Ashton, Craig Orman, A-Main battling, fourth position. Still not able to pull away from each other. Sometimes the leader coming through can really shake things up when a battle is this close. It's not tight. The battle's not tight, but it is definitely close. Stu Wood about to come through, maybe make an effect on things. BRCA referees haven't made any announcements yet, but I'm sure these guys are good enough to know that this is the leader coming through. And there we go. He's through on Craig. So we're following Dave and Dave. Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton. Next car behind is the leader. And then it's fifth pace. Someone falling off the track in front of him. That saves a bit of effort. Dave Parrish doing a great job holding off Dave Ashton. That number 2 car and the number 6. So that's a Losi 5B in the lead on the screen. and then an NRP Ultron in the blue, letting past Stu Wood, who himself is driving an Elcon. There we go, Dave Parrish letting the leader through, so that's everyone lapped in this group. An amazing drive by Stu Wood. Again, is it the tires? Who knows? A really tight battle for third. Tommy Chung about a half a lap ahead of these guys. And now they're spread out again as Stu has come through, so. The leader coming through to lap everybody hasn't really changed things up very much at all. That blue car of Dave Ashton and the NRP Ultron still holding position about equidistant between Craig Orman behind and Dave Parrish in the lead. Well, not in the lead, but just ahead. Is he going to be able to put any pressure on Dave Parrish? Whoa, Dave getting a little two-wheel action there. Slows him down in that fast short chute. Coming down the main straight, the pit straight, through the sweeper. Gotta be careful, don't grip roll. You'll lose loads of spots. Number 2 car, Dave Parrish. Number 6 car, Dave Ashton. Ashton's getting a lot closer now. Is he gonna be able to put a pass on? Not at the end of the straight. How about here in the danger corner? As Craig Orman throws it away behind, loses loads of time now. So Parrish, Ashton grip rolls it. Not sure if he touched anything or if he caught a rut. But that gives Parrish loads and loads of breathing room. Tommy Chung now not far from lapping these guys as well. We're still on the blue car of Dave Ashton. Trying to chase big bobble there. That's not going to help in his attempt to chase down Dave Parrish. Just one corner ahead, as you can see there, going through the S's. Coming around the danger tire. Over the big jump, through the sweeper, and around the hairpin once again. 11 minutes remaining in this race. Overall running order at the moment, it's Stu Wood, Tommy Chung, Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton, Craig Orman, Guy Page, Rick Ashman, Andy Knight, Leon Satchel, and Guy Hayward didn't get the start. 30 laps at the moment for Stu Wood. Just crossed over for his 31st lap. He's doing about 36.7 lap times. And these guys still chasing each other. I wouldn't say holding position because they're not trying to hold position. They're trying to finish ahead of each other. Coming down the big straight. Into the tire chicane. Around the hairpin into the short chute, into the infield. "10 minutes remaining as a car goes end over end just in front of him. Luckily, lap traffic. No worries at all for Stu Wood or Tommy Chung. Tommy Chung is actually the next car behind them on the track. So Tommy, second place car, about to come through and lap these guys who are battling for third. This is third and fourth on the track. Dave Parrish in that bright car with the white and yellow wheels. And Dave Ashton with the blue car with yellow wheels. So once again, the question is Tommy Chung coming through to lap him going to change things up? Because Dave Ashton doesn't seem to be making any significant inroads into Dave Parrish there. He's just maintaining the pressure, but not able to pile any more on to force a mistake or try to make an opening. This is nationals level competition, so you can't just dive bomb in and try to barge someone out of the way. Coming up on lap traffic themselves. There we go. That's I believe that's Andy. Letting him pass. Very good. Good job. Referees are calling the traffic for the leaders. We got a couple of speakers here just behind the drivers. So, as you can probably see, that is Tommy Chung coming up behind him in the short chute. So Tommy's going to be on them in the next lap or so. Ashton still not able to put any pressure, any additional pressure on Parrish as Ashton lets Tommy Chung through. Ashton's lost a lot of time now to Parrish. So is Parrish going to lose time? Oh, we've got. Oh, no, it's all right. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We've got a car that lost a tire. So you're going to see some remnants of tires. Oh, there goes Ashton behind as Parrish is letting Tommy Chung through. So all is A-OK with Parrish. So positions maintained. If anything, Tommy Chung is actually making up some time on Stu Wood. So in a few laps here, we might have a battle for first. So where's everyone shaking out now? We are on Parrish going into the tire chicane. Let's move forward one car to the start of the pit straight to Tommy Chung. If we can get a wide shot and maybe see if we can get, well, maybe not right now, maybe now, see if we can get Tommy Chung and Stu Wood in shot together, because this is actually shaping up to be a battle for the lead. These guys are on the same lap. What has happened to Stu Wood? Have his tires gone off? This is what's going on with Stu Wood. Tommy Chung has just passed Stu Wood for the lead, I believe. He has. It's not showing on the screen, but on track, Tommy Chung has just passed Stu Wood. So let's stick with this for a little bit, see if we can keep them both on the in shot. Stu Wood has got some sort of problem with his car. We can't tell. I don't see a worried face. I don't see anybody in the pits. So not sure what's going on. I see a couple of mechanics watching Stu's car very intently. So is the car going to come back to him, or has it just gone away? They can't actually physically come up and talk to him, so they're trying to figure it out between them, what is happening. But meanwhile, Tommy Chung he's running away with the lead. Somehow, quietly, Tommy Chung has just stolen the lead from not just the pole sitter, but the guy who's been leading it the whole race for over half the race. So the running order now is Tommy Chung, Stu Wood, Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton, Craig Orman, Guy Page, Rick Ashman, Andy Knight, and Leon Satchel. So, very interesting now. So let's see, we'll keep an eye on that and see what develops. And I'm going to see if I can spot. We've actually got, we're following Stu Wood. We've got Dave Parrish actually catching up to Stu Wood now. The next car behind Stu is Dave Parrish. So Parrish, who was previously battling for third, is now going to be imminently passing for second. Stu Wood's engine just sounds a bit off. Sounds a bit weird. The car behind Dave Parrish, that's Guy Page. He's not in the picture. Guy Page is at least a lap down. So don't worry about the yellow and blue car with the white wheels behind. Stu Wood has let Dave Parrish pass. So he's not putting up any fight at all. Wow. So if I were Stu Wood, I would maybe let Guy Page just let him pass so he doesn't crash him out or anything, because there we go, just like that. Because there's 2 minutes left, Stu Wood is about to get passed by David Ashton. And Parrish, he's gonna get second. Oh, Dave Ashton has just flamed out. He's run out of fuel in the infield. So that lets everybody off the hook. So, okay. Wow, reposition. So much happening now. We're on Stu. Let's move forward one car to Dave Ashton, who's now certainly going to get second. Dave coming around the hairpin into the infield. He's like Guy Page, who's on a much faster pace for somehow. Although he's a lap down, he's let Guy Page pass, but there's only a minute left to go. We're at about 38-second lap times, so no bother at all. Dave Ashton is also driving very erratically. It sounds like his engine's about to go. So let's go back to Tommy Chung just coming into the infield just here. So this is our current leader on track. He's going to take the A final. Absolutely no one challenging him for the lead. He's drove a really smooth and consistent race, completely on his own most of the time. We've got 5 seconds left. He's on his last lap. That is time, and he has finished his race. So everyone's going to keep going until all the cars are finished. But this is a victory lap for Tommy Chung. Wow. It all came together towards the latter third of the race. Not sure what happened to Stu Wood. It's a win for Tommy, or for Stu, but Tommy Chung takes it away. So, finishing order: Tommy Chung, Stu Wood, Dave Parrish, Dave Ashton, Guy Page, Rick Ashman, Andy Knight, Leon Satchel, Craig Orman, and Guy Hayward didn't start. Pretty wild. Woo! Okay, see if I can get my voice back. All right, so what are we at now? We are at short course, A main, or A final, sorry. Ian Audie, what a surprise. TQ. Taylor Letchford, Charles Butterworth, Neil Young, wow. I thought he did railroads, model railroads. Martin Williams, Matthew Buxton, John Bell, and it should be Simon Godney, Dave Glethero, in a Simon Godney and Sophie Finch. You see the formations are being set up. Each driver starting opposite sides of the grid, one by one, starting on the yellow lines that are marked on the boards along the back straight. We'll see what sort of start everyone gets. Most of the drivers running low C5Ts. There's a 30-degree north short course. There is one MCD, but most everybody's running a low C5T. And we've got about 5 seconds to go. Clean starts for everybody. Yes, very good. Ian is off to a good start. The white truck of Taylor and the white and gray truck of Charles Butterworth not too far behind. Oh, Butterworth has a bad bobble off the sweeper. He's got cars all over him. First and second are away. Got a good gap. That's Ian and Taylor. Ian rocketing away. I'm sure it's not all down to his engine, but he wouldn't tell you that, I'm sure. So Ian around the hairpin, around that sweeper, the inside sweeper, over the big jump in the middle, up the big step, down the two little steps. Whoa, some big crashes all over. These guys taking no prisoners, large scale. It's bumping and barging. And closed wheels means that they can ride sideways. Meanwhile, Ian taking advantage. Everyone hitting each other as he comes down the main straight into the sweeper for his third lap. I believe it's his third lap. Start his third lap. I got to turn around to see the timing, so apologies if I've got the numbers a bit wrong. Ian coming through the S's. Down that back straight. Hard braking. Look at, see the nose diving on that red truck. Ian drives a big red van to all the national and international races. So of course he's going to be driving a red truck. As it goes around the sweeper. Tight line through that hairpin. Not too tight actually. Over the big jump. And again, over that step section. Taylor Letchford in the white truck behind, falling further and further behind. Ian, really good car control. Powerful motor, as you'd expect from his Ian modified engine. Strong brakes as well. I mean, you could pretty much say this truck is really dialed in. Doesn't seem like anyone's going to be able to lay a finger on him. Let's drop back to the white truck that's behind. Just about to come over the step section. That's Taylor Letchford. You can see his truck is pretty dialed in as well. Just maybe he's not able to drive as cleanly as Ian, or maybe a little bit less traction or a little bit less engine power. Really hard to tell at this level. The tiniest details make a huge difference. I'll keep an eye on Ian as Taylor goes bicycling around that corner, very tight. Is the grip level coming up? It's kind of hard to tell. But it certainly hasn't rained in quite a while. So maybe all the moisture has been driven out of the AstroTurf. Taylor's got Charles Butterworth behind in that white and gray car. Let's see what Tyler and Charles can do. Tyler coming in that tire chicane, very tight. Don't go too wide there. Gets very messy. Going through that tight infield, tight hairpin, and tight 90-degree corner over the big jump in front of the pits. Charles not able to get a good drive off the big jump, landing it with a wheelie. 5 minutes down, 25 minutes remaining. So Tyler driving some pretty clean lines. Let's drop back one car to Charles Butterworth in the white and gray Losi 5T. Charles is driving pretty clean, but he's got some pretty wild antics now and then. Maybe once or twice a lap. Gets up on two wheels, doesn't land anything very cleanly, just like that big jump there. So you can see why, oh, Taylor's flipped it. Now we got a battle for second. Okay, so is Charles going to be able to do anything and capitalize on this additional pressure that he can pour onto Taylor as they come through the tire chicane? Oh, Charles gets hung up. So that gives Tyler some breathing room. Gets it a bit wrong around the danger corner. So, unfortunately, Charles not able to capitalize. But is he going to be able to put any pressure on here? Charles just doesn't. Oh, there he goes. Oh, massive mistake from Tyler. So that puts Charles ahead. So this should be very, very interesting. We got a wild and crazy Charles Butterworth and a very clean driving, but a couple seconds behind Tyler Letchford. So can Charles keep it on the green stuff, keep the shiny side up, rubber side down, or is Tyler going to be able to make up all this time and get ahead of Charles once again? Tyler can drive pretty clean, but it seems like when he's under pressure, he makes some mistakes. And Charles drives a bit crazy, but maybe he's a little bit better under pressure. That's just what it seems to be. Oh, there goes Charles. Now they're side by side once again, going near the hairpin. Oh, little swap, body rubbing around the danger corner. No one gets hung up. Tight chicane around these two tight left-hand turns over the big jump. Charles loves to really rev it over the big jump. Doesn't get the drive that he needs when he hits that landing. So is that going to give Tyler the room that he needs to really pull away? Side by side once again, coming on in the main straight. Both have the same amount of drive, it looks like. Tyler just pulling away a car length or two. Another messy landing from Charles. But is Tyler going to mess up again as he's coming up on lap traffic? We've got Simon Godney just ahead with those wild front wheels. Let's see what happens. Let's follow the white truck as he's trying to put a lap down on Simon Godney. Coming around the danger corner. Simon lets him pass. Very good. Didn't even have to be warned. You just let him pass. That's great. Great driving. National levels competition. And he lets Charles pass as well. But Charles gets a bit wild into the sand and loses loads of traction. Loses a few more car lengths to Tyler. So Tyler now coming up on Sophie. Coming around that danger corner. Oh, gets it wrong there. Tight chicane. Oh, Sophie gets it wrong. Or no, that wasn't Sophie, that was someone else. So we got Tyler and Charles almost side by side once again. Who's that? That's the car 7 of John Bell. I believe it is John Bell. He's driving a two-wheel drive as well, so it kind of threw me off. His paint scheme. Sophie gets a bit wild and lets them both pass. So, pretty easy lapping there. Oh, 2 hits on the danger tire. All right, so meanwhile, after all that action, we've got Ian, just 2 cars. Oh, now he's about to pass. He's just passed Charles. Ian's about to pass Sophie. He's already passed Sophie. Now we've got the red truck behind the white truck. So that's second place of Charles, who we're following, is about to be passed by Ian in the red truck. You can just see maybe in the corner of the screen there. Meanwhile, all this time, Ian has just been pecking away, driving good laps, and now he's about to put everyone a lap down. So the running order at the moment, Ian Audi, Taylor Letchford in that white truck, Neil Young now, and then Andy Spence, Charles Butterworth way behind. Let's see if we can find Neil Young, because somewhere off camera, the car, truck 4, has passed to truck 3 of Charles Butterworth. Let's see, car 4 is that yellow, the orange. This is our new third place car. So somewhere Charles Butterworth has been passed by this orange truck and the blue and white truck behind him. So let's stick with this and see if Neil Young can catch up to Taylor Letchford as Ian has lapped Taylor. So that's Ian has lapped the entire field. Neil Young has stepped away from his guitar. Oh, and he gets hung up. So now we have another battle has developed now. So the blue and white truck, truck 6, has passed Neil Young. Or is that car 8? Andy Spence. So let's stick with the orange truck because car 8 just ahead just passed him. I believe they're both MCDs. They look like MCDs. I don't know, maybe not. According to the BRCA listings. He should be maybe catching up to Andy. Andy Spence, who is not at all on my written listing here. Just trying to catch up with a driver in the official results who's not on my sheet. So I'm not actually sure who's just ahead of him, but according to the official results, it's Andy Spence. So let's say it's Andy Spence. He actually raced into C, so I'm not sure how he actually got into the A. But be that as it may, Neil Young is catching Andy Spence with Charles Butterworth just behind. So Neil Young in the orange. Oh, there goes Andy Spence, end over end. There's the pass for position. So now let's stick with Neil Young here in the orange, because I think he's going to be catching Taylor Letchford, who's still in second. And we'll see what develops here. We've got, we're halfway through this race, 15 minutes done, just about. We've got Ian Audie, Taylor Letchford, Andy Spence, Neil Young, Charles Butterworth, Martin Williams, Sophie Finch, and Simon Godney, and John Bell taking up the last position. Matthew Buxton has fallen off the track after just a couple of laps. So Neil Young in that car 4, something really weird is going on with Andy Spence because can't really tell. He was just ahead of Neil Young on the official timing, but now he's not. So not sure if the officials took a lap off him or what. Neil Young currently running third in that orange truck. Still trying to catch up to Taylor Letchford. So you can just see maybe in the white a few corners ahead. So the action at the moment has really died down. So not too much going on, to be honest. We got Neil Young, who we're following. The white car you can maybe see just there is second position. Everyone on the track has been passed now by Ian Audi. In first in the red car and the red truck. Oh, there goes. Wow. He almost went into the pits there by accident. So top three positions, very, very spread out. Almost equidistant, literally equidistant across the track. Even the marshals are yawning out on the track, and they're surrounded by petrol fumes and buzzing engines. Let's drop back a few cars and to the red car, the red truck of Ian Audi. Is our leader and almost certainly going to win this. Unless he just decides to just completely drive off the track and into one of the wheat fields that surround us. Ian Audi is gone. He is checked out. He's about to pass, again, Neil Young to put a lap down on him. Neil was trying to catch Taylor Letchford, but for whatever reason, Taylor was able to pull away. But Ian just in a race of his own, basically now. I'm not quite sure how qualifying went for Ian, but must have just completely driven away from everybody. Ian just completely alone. So the running order at the moment: Ian Audi, Taylor Letchford, Neil Young, Andy Spence has gotten past Charles Butterworth, Martin Williams, Sophie Finch, Simon Godney, and John Bell. And we've got just about 9 minutes remaining in this race. So it was quite hectic for quite a while. The first 5 or 10 minutes or so, following Taylor Letchford and Neil Young. But Ian, who you can see on track, set pole position and has absolutely run away with this race. So let's see if we can find the white truck. In the infield, it's Taylor Letchford. He was threatened early on by Charles Butterworth, but Neil Young came along, stole Charles's thunder, will catch up to Neil Young in a bit. But the pace is, well, from Ian has not dropped off at all. But as far as the general racing pace and action, if you weren't watching earlier, you've really missed some quite a bit of action actually. So third place is our yellow truck of Neil Young at the infield. Sorry, not yellow, the bright orange. This is third. Neil Young. He doesn't always make music or play with model trucks or model railroad sets. Sometimes he comes out to a field in Lincolnshire and races large-scale radio control trucks. I'm pretty certain, although Neil is down as driving a low C5T that looks almost identical to an MCD, as far as my experience can tell me. So feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Number 8, car number 8, Andy Spence, one car behind. So if Neil makes a bunch of mistakes, Andy Spence is there to pick up the pieces. Let's drop back one car in the S's to Andy Spence. He's that blue and white car with the white wheels. Coming down the main straight, enter the tire chicane. Whoa. A little bit too much braking there. This is Andy Spence doing what he can to catch up to Neil Young. But unless Neil makes several mistakes in a row, Andy's going to struggle to catch Neil in the final 5 minutes of this race. Meanwhile, Ian Audie has lapped Taylor Letchford yet again. Has absolutely not slowed down his pace at all. Just driving 100%. So this is the A final of the short course, large scale off-road from North Ings Raceway in the middle of Lincolnshire, somewhere in the UK. It's around 7 of 8 from the BRCA for large-scale off-road. Some very dedicated racers driving up and down the length of the country to make as many of the points races as they can. Started racing in July. Whoa! That's definitely not the fast line around that corner. So Andy is, if you could just keep it on the green stuff, he might be able to pull it off. It's just under 4 minutes remaining. Because he's a bit of a wild child in the corners. That's where you can make all the time up, but that's where you can lose all the time as well. It comes around that hairpin, through the short chute, around the danger tire, and that really tight infield that catches so many people out. Coming through this short chute here. Down the steps and into the S's. Now that red truck that you can see just behind Andy, coming up very, very rapidly, that's Ian. Poleman, future winner of this race. And if he goes any faster around this track, he'll be flying a drone or something. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's drop back to the red truck of Ian and see how quickly. Let's follow Ian as he dispatches Andy here for yet another lap. And we'll follow Ian to the end of the race because he might. We'll give him the challenge of trying to catch up to Neil. As he comes down the pit straight, crosses the line for one more lap around the sweeper. A half decent line around the hairpin, over the big jump in the middle of the track, up the steps and down the little steps, through the S's, down the main straight, into the tire chicane. One more time. There's a minute and a half remaining. And there he goes. Another lap down on Neil Young. That's third place. He's just lapped third place yet again. Ian should be getting a couple more laps here. 1 minute left. As you can see, Ian's on his 45th lap. Actually, this is lap 46, and he's just a few seconds away from completing. We'll get one more lap of official time as it crosses the line there at the end of the pit straight. And he's going down the back straight one last time. The two-wheel drive buggies are already getting started and set up in the pits. As Ian's going to come around to lap Simon Godney in that black truck with the red and white pinwheel front wheels. Coming around the danger corner one last time. That tight 90-degree left hand, and that's it. Everyone is finished. So the finishing order: Ian Audie, Taylor Letchford, Neil Young, Andy Spence in fourth, Charles Butterworth, Martin Williams, Simon Godney, John Bell, and unfortunately Sophie Finch and Matthew Buxton had to finish the race early. And you can already hear behind me the two-wheel drive A final already ready. Tires installed, engines running, fuel tanks topped up. There's no funky tire tactics going on here this time. So we're just a few seconds from the countdown. These being two-wheel drive cars, there's a lot of Elcons in this one, and Hormans. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 3 Hormans, and the rest are Elcons. Sorry, 2 Hormans. Anyway, 5 seconds. And there they go. Buzzing Hornets away. Someone's flipped over in the first corner. Top 4 cars are away. They've got a gap already. It is 2 and 2 and 1. The car 1 and 2 away. 3, 4. All right, so we're with the first 2 cars. This is going to be a battle to the end. 30 minutes of racing. We're off. Very tight for Carl and Andy. Going through the S's. Coming down the main straight for the first time. Hard braking into that tire chicane. Who's going to make it? Everyone does. Coming around the danger tires. Oh, good pass. Was it? Was it a good pass? It was a pass. Now it's car 2 and 1. Coming across to finish their second lap. Into this inside chute. Over the big jump. Up the step. Down the 2 steps. Let's see if this action can maintain its excitement for the entire 30-minute race. This will be interesting. Got a bit of a gap now as I turn around to check the live timing. Got 1, 2, and 3 kind of spread out equidistant. 4th place has dropped off just a bit. Lead 2 cars. Positions are still the same. Car number 2 of Andy Blackburn and Carl Norris in car 1. Car 4 now has taken up the charge. That's Oliver Whittleston, our 14-year-old. He's just crashed into the kart tires. That's not the fast way around that. So now there's a massive gap behind these 2. So we're going to stick with them because this is a battle for the lead. Andy leading Carl around that hairpin. Over the big jump. Up the big step, down the 2 little steps, and through the S's. Stay away from those car tires. Those are a killer. We haven't seen any breakages all day today. At least race-stopping breakages. We've seen 1 a few races back. You dial back the live stream, you'll see it. But this is getting close, and it's staying close. This is going to be a good battle. We'll see how the tires last, how the brakes last. Will the fuel hold out? So many questions. It's a big race, the big final race of the day. 2-wheel drive, large scale, here at North Ings Raceway. Coming around the hairpin, going into the short chute to the infield, around that danger tire, that tight chicane. Still plenty of action going on at the back of the field. We would love to show it to you in a split screen, but it's just us here in the field, 1 camera, 1 laptop. Andy Blackburn leading Carl. Down the main straight. Oh, bicycle action. As long as you keep position, it is the fast way this time. Around the danger tire. This tight infield catches so many people out. And a lot of people are getting caught out by that big jump. Losing loads of time. Both of these guys being the top 2 qualifiers in this class. They know what they're doing when they come over that jump. Landing it flat. Getting good drive as they hit the landing. Running order still. Andy Blackburn, Carl Norris, Oliver Whittleston, Neil Griffin, Mark Higgins, Neil Simmons, Dean Coulson, Martin Fitzpatrick, Darren Smith, and Kaylee Knight. 30-minute race. 30-minute race. There's still 25 minutes left to go. Got a bit of a gap now. We've got a bit of a gap, and let's see if it grows. While my back was turned, Carl may have, oh no, there he goes. That is really unfortunate. Oh, but Andy does the same thing at the other end. Sorry, Carl did the same thing at the other end. So now we've got a big gap. We had a little gap. We had no gap. Then we had a little gap. Now we've got a massive gap. It's a full straightaway. So we're with Andy Blackburn. Let's see if he can catch up to Carl. Car number 2 trying to catch a pole position. Car number 1. Oh, he then gets stuck. That is, again, not the fast way around that corner. The tires, the rubber of those tires catches the rubber of the tires that are, the rubber catches the rubber. What am I saying? The tires are really notorious for catching and grabbing any tires, any cars that catch onto them. With the short course trucks, it's a bit different because you have a bumper, you have a body shell around the tires, so they can get away with a lot more. But the buggies, there's none of that around the front tires. So if you touch something, you're going over. So Andy going on 2 wheels again. Short chute, 2 wheels again. Every time he goes on 2 wheels, you got to slow down the car. That's 3 in a row there. He's losing loads of time to Carl. Car 1 rocketing off. He's starting to lap slower cars. You can just see them out of frame. Carl keeping the pressure on, making Andy make all these mistakes behind him, which is exactly where Carl wants him to stay. Got a wheelie. Wheelies aren't fast. Come on, Carl. Sorry, Andy. Let's keep it rubber side down. Land it flat. We're not cheering for Andy. We just want to make it a good, exciting battle in this 30-minute A final. 22 minutes remaining, plenty of time for Andy to catch up. Carl still hasn't lapped the cars that are ahead, so the car immediately in front of Andy here, as you can see with those bright yellow wheels just out of screenshot, are that's Carl Norris, pole position man, car number 1. Landing it flat, keeping good drive, going around this hairpin, down this inside chute. Hard braking, maybe a little too hard, but still making mistakes. But I was going to say he was catching him. Now he's got to make up some of that work all over again, because the lap traffic, either Carl doesn't want to pass it for whatever reason, or he's not able to. So what's going on here with Carl? Okay, I've kind of reset myself. Carl is actually a few cars ahead. He is making his way through the traffic. The car number 1. There's actually 2 or 3 cars here that have very similar paint schemes, so it gets a little confusing. We've got a dead car on the straight. Okay. A dead car in the straight and a very upset driver next to me. He's pounding on the stand. Not really the way to react in an A final of a Nationals series race. Meanwhile, Andy Blackburn making his way through the lap traffic. He's about to catch up to, is that Martin Fitzpatrick in the white car just ahead. So we're with, man, there's cars just like flipping and diving all over themselves. But luckily, Andy not taking any notice, which is what you need to do. Focus, focus, focus. You see a car ahead? Catch him and pass him. Now the car ahead is not Carl Norris. It looks very similar. Even the white wheels, same colors on the car, but a completely different scheme, and importantly, a different car number. That's car 7, not car 1, that he's just lapped. So this is Andy Blackburn, car 2. So if we go just a little wide, we can see Carl Norris just there in the S's. So focusing on Andy Blackburn here, in the 30-minute A final of the large-scale off-road BRCA 2021 championship, we might be able to get a pretty decent battle coming up. But it's going to take some time. Andy's going to have to whittle down the lead that Carl has, and I think he is just a tiny bit. I think he's made up about a half a second. If he stops doing these bicycling action, every time he goes up on two wheels, you gotta slow the car down and turn towards the ground. And out of the corner of my eye, I don't see Carl Norris doing anything like that. So this is a grower. This is a large-scale, long-term race. 18 minutes remaining. Andy Blackburn, the car we're following, hardly doing anything wrong, but what he is getting wrong is allowing Carl Norris to just pull away a car length at a time every time. He's not really taking these tight corners very smoothly. He's maintaining the gap though there. You can see when they cross together, just out of the corner of your eye. As I was saying earlier, if you kind of have the brain power to look out of the corner of your eye as you're driving along, especially on a straight, like right there, you can see that car just ahead on the other side of the track. That's Carl Norris. Position 1, pole position. Andy Blackburn trying to cut down that lead just a bit. You can see they're going to cross over again just a bit here, maintaining about the same amount of gap as the last lap around. So there's no lap traffic to come for a few more laps. Oh, Carl, Andy, what are you doing? Lost loads time, but then Andy did too. Andy just lost about the same amount of time again. So now let's see. I think Andy lost a lot more time there than Carl did. Yes, he did. You can see now when he crosses, Andy lost about an extra 2 or 3 seconds by having to turn around physically and continue on his way through that tire chicane, which is again coming up. It's caught a lot of drivers out. It's a very tight chicane at the end of a long straight. So Andy about to catch, is that Kaylee Knight? who bumped up from the B final. So Andy hasn't made up any extra time here, unfortunately. Unfortunately for him, but fortunate for Carl. He hasn't gotten past this lap traffic, which is going to be throwing him off. Every time she takes a wide line, he'll take a wide line. It's distracting, and she's not letting him pass. She is now. All right. So she did the right thing there. Tight on the hairpin. Good line over the big jump and down the little jumps. So can't quite see where Carl Norris is at the moment. So there he is as they cross over again. So after all that, after many, many laps, it's probably a dozen laps or so, Andy's got about the same amount of gap that he had about 8 or 10 laps ago. So he's not making up any time on Carl. Meanwhile, Carl is scything his way through the back markers. So let's look at the remaining time. We've got just under 14 minutes, 13 minutes and 40 seconds. We've got Carl Norris in the lead, Andy Blackburn. Then we've got Mark Higgins, Neil Griffin, Martin Fitzpatrick, Dean Colson, Neil Sivis, Darren Smith, and Kaylee Knight. Oliver Whittleston, unfortunately, our youngest racer, has had to drop out. Right, so let's reset a bit. Where are these battles on track, if there are any? Carl is way ahead of Andy. Andy is, let's see, how far ahead of Mark Higgins in the car 5? Where's the car 5? And he's just flipped over and gotten locked, entangled with another car. So that, I don't want to say that's the end of his challenge, but it's certainly not going to help. Where's our car 5? Is this the green car coming up here? No number on this side, unfortunate. It's a car 9, so that's not even helpful at all. Car 5 either isn't running or doesn't have the correct numbers on. Just trying to find a battle on the track to liven things up. I don't see a car 5 on the track at all, so they've got the wrong number on for some reason. Car 6, Neil Griffin. Let's see if we can find him. Okay, Harry says he's got him. I'll believe him. So car 5. The next car behind car 5, at least in the timing, is car 6, who is way behind. Harry, we have no battles on track. What we need is car 1 to slow way, 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 way down. This is turning into, was it the last, no, two-way finals ago, isn't it? Where Stu Wood was so far ahead, but then he somehow mysteriously slowed down and finished second or third. We've got no battles on track. Yeah, I can't confirm. Timing says that it's car 5. The numbers don't seem to say it, but then I can only see one number on his car anyway. So we've got car 1 going through over the step. Car 2 is coming around the hairpin now. He's lost, unfortunately, Andy Blackburn's lost even more time to Carl Norris. We're with car 5, who is Charles. Again, Mark Higgins, sorry, who is 3rd. Neil Griffin is 6th place, and he's nowhere near Mark, and he's just crossed underneath us. So there's just no action on the track at the moment. I mean, there's plenty of driving. Well, we've shown 3rd place for a while. Let's show 4th place. 4th place is just going down the main straight in the blue, red, and white. That's 4th place of Neil Griffin. Let's give everyone some friendly screen time. Neil is just behind Andy Blackburn in 2nd place. And yeah, as a marshal retrieves a broken off wheel. Whoa, there he goes. That's, yeah, not the way around that corner or over the jump. There's one thing you could say about large scale racing. When they get damaged, there's a lot of damage. So Neil here has lost loads of time to Mark. Mark has a huge gap to Andy. Andy has a huge gap to Carl. Kaylee in the pink, there's not even a battle for last place because Kaylee is way behind Neil. Car 9 and 3, let's see if we can find cars 9 and 3 and hope they're somewhat together because it's a battle for 6th place. Yeah. Even they don't seem anywhere close together. All the cars are equally spread out. Nine, 5, 3. So we do actually sort of have a battle. That's car 3. 2 cars ahead is car 9. They're actually battling for position. They are actually on the same lap. They're battling for 6th place. Oh, the 9, oh no, the 5 has just gone over. The 9 and 3 are together. The battle for 6 is joined. So, the car 9. Car 9 is Darren Smith. And we've got Neil just behind. And we've got, I believe that is Mark Higgins, who's just ahead of them. Hopefully won't get in the way. But if he does, oh, we got a dead car. Possibly again in the way. Closes up the gap even more. Oh, and a pass for 6th place. Oh, that's a great, well, an unfortunate crash, I should say. Good action, great camera. So we've got the 3 ahead of the 9 now. That is Neil in front of Darren. As I cross over the timing loop, the car just in front is not involved whatsoever. He's just lapped traffic. Or is it? The car 7. That is actually a battle for position. We have a 3-way battle for position. This is the battle for 5th. No, it's no longer a battle for 6th. It's a battle for 5th. So, The car in front is Dean Coulson. And then car 3 is Neil. Oh! Major crash. Losing loads of time. I can't tell which car that was. It's another upside down car. Don't let him pass. Oh no, that's the car that just went through is our leader. We have 5 minutes to drive. He's so far ahead. He's almost a lap ahead of the second place car. Let's see the car numbers as they come past. We've got 9, 3, and way behind is 7. So it's still kind of a battle. And then we have another battle. So we have 2 battles for position here. We have the battle for, I believe it's 5th, and then the battle for 7th, I believe. All together on the track. So 2 by 2. 2 battles for position. So we're sticking with the battle for 5th. We have got, that is Darren, and that is Neil crossing over in front. The 9 car of Darren and the 3 car of Neil. Okay, we have something happening on track. Happy now. We have 2 things happening on track because behind these guys, drop back to this battle here because they're way closer together in the S's. If you can see it through the sunshine. Oh, Kaylee getting sideways. There was so much action that I was watching off camera. We have to switch to them. Kaylee is quick though. She can catch. This is Dean Coulson. She's already up on him. I'll keep an eye on the other battle for 5th. But these 2 here are battling for 7th. And there we are. We're already together. And just confirming, all of these guys are on the same lap. So if the 2 in front take each other out, these 2 are right in there for 5th place. This is the A final once again. Large scale, off-road. Okay, so these 2 have spread out. Let's move forward to the they've just split up again. All right, Harry, we're on these 2. Okay, let's stick with these 2. I don't want to keep swapping back and forth. It's too difficult. We've got Darren. We've got Neil. And you can see there, just maybe in shot, the other battle for 7th with Dean and Kaylee. Hard braking at the end of the main straight. Oh, clipping the tire. Oh, that's it. Is that it? How many minutes do we have left? We have 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes. That might be the battle for 5th, done and dusted. Wow, okay, intense. We'll see what Neil can do here is this the 3 car? Yes, that's Neil. Oh, okay, now battle for 6 is on. What are you doing? Why did you let him pass? You just gave up your position. They're all in the same lap. He didn't realize it. He thought it was a leader. It wasn't a leader. He just gave up 6th position. So a 3-way battle for 6. We've got Dean, Neil, and Kaylee all together coming through the sweeper, around the hairpin, into the shade, out of the shade, into the sunlight. Oh, going wide, sideways, and there goes Kaylee upside down, trying to take advantage. A little too greedy maybe, who knows? Now we've got Dean and Neil going down the main straight. Tight into that tire barrier. Wide, getting stuck. Where's the marshals? Oh, there goes that battle now. But wait, who is this coming up? Oh, we're still on the 7 car because we've got Kaylee just behind. Is this, I can't get the number. Is this car 8? Okay, so that's car 7 and 8. I don't think car 8 is in it. 8 is I think that's market. No, it's 5. Sorry, not 8. 8 is the bright car is several laps ahead. Hopefully the camera is not getting washed out by the sunlight. It seems to be okay. Harry knows what he's doing. He goes tight on the hedges, keep the sunlight away. All right, so reset. That's second. Okay, so we got third. Bogging down. I think this is our battle here. 7th, number 7 and number 10. I think that was it. Kaylee just won that all over the line. The race is done. That's 30 minutes of action. Wow. It really died down there in the middle, didn't it? The leader, car 1. Where's car? I think car 1 is just coming into the short chute now, I think. No, leader's here, leader's here. Oh, sorry, you got him. Oh, yeps. Okay, I had it right the first time. There we are. There's your winner. Woo! A final. 2-wheel drive, large-scale off-road BRCA here at North Ings. How about it?